Bismillah, alhamdulillah, wa la ilaha illallah, wallahu akbar. Today, brothers and sisters, we want to continue again with chapter 27. As we stopped and discussed the last time, that the majority of these prophets have been sent to tell people to worship God alone. You are not allowed, you're not supposed to take any partners, any things in between, and no intermediary. There's no statues. You cannot worship a statue. You cannot bow to a statue. You cannot worship an individual. You cannot worship Muhammad, peace be upon him. You cannot worship the tombs, the graves. You cannot even go there and try to do anything or think that this will benefit you or harm you. On other hand, that's why the Quran is talking too much about Christianity and how people made Jesus alayhi salam as God. They gave him the same status as God. Yes, Christians will tell you yes, there is God, and Jesus is Son of God, or this. All of this is nonsense. All of this is associating partners with Allah. And the majority of the people, as we said before, they will be thrown into hell because of associating partners. Yes, they believe there is God, but unfortunately, they put other partners with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala when they are obeying God. And the other thing these ayat are coming to discuss after that is the bad luck. قالوا اطيرنا بك وبمن معك قال طائركم عند الله بل أنتم قوم تفتنون. When Salih talking to his people, talking to his people around him and telling them, worshiping God alone. Yes, these people, they had an idea that there is God, but they were associating partners by worshiping idols too. So what he was coming to say, he said, oh, things started to happen, bad things started to happen to us. You're bringing to us bad luck. And this is what's happening here. Bad luck. People say a lot of time, oh, if I see a black cat, bad luck. If I see this, bad luck. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is trying to tell us one very important thing. That He is the one who can benefit. He is the one who's going to harm. There is nothing called bad luck by seeing this image or seeing this number or being, oh, if I see this number, I'm gonna win $1 million, or playing lotto or playing this, or all that stuff is nonsense. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, horoscopes, people who believe in horoscopes, oh, this is gonna happen to me, or some people who look at your palm reading, all that stuff is again, it's called partnership with Allah, because you are think that somebody knows the future, and nobody knows the future. Nobody knows what's going to happen tomorrow. Nobody knows what is going to happen tomorrow or what's going to happen the next day. It's only Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So that's calling, even associating partners with the attributes of God, like knowledge. Nobody knows what's going to happen tomorrow. If everybody knows what's going to happen tomorrow, okay, I'll tell you, if somebody of that guy who's looking at your palm and telling you what's going to happen, tell him, okay, what stocks are winning tomorrow? Go buy these stocks. He doesn't know. And that's the whole thing. Is everybody who's making up things is lying. So that is what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, there's nothing also, so, bad luck, this is something going to bring me bad luck or good luck or whatever. That is also prohibited and can throw the person in hell. قالوا أطيرنا بك وبمن معك. So you are Salih, you are bringing us bad luck. You and the people who believed with you. So Salih, he was just came, he said, worshiping God alone, destroy these idols, and follow me. He said, oh, since you are preaching this message, things are going wrong for us. قَالَ طَائِرُكُمْ عِنْدَ اللَّهِ. He said, Salih, he answered them, he said, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He is the one who has destined whatever is going to happen to you. He is the one who benefit you. He is the one who will harm you. He is the one who does anything to you. It's not me, it's not the bad luck, it's not somebody. Allah, He controls everything. بل أنتم قوم تفتنون. Indeed, you are people here to be tested. Indeed, you are here to be tested. This is why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala have bring and have created each one of us to see who will qualify for His paradise. Then you have to understand, and we have to understand, that after a messenger, a prophet, preaching, this prophet, he has a message. He has to deliver. Why? Because also he is a messenger. Any messenger, he is like in the middle. There is Allah from one side telling him, commanding him to preach the message. And from the other side, there are people who are rejecting, opposing. So he's in between. And that's why you see Muhammad, peace be upon him. Why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave him that status? Because of the strength he showed. The strength, there is a big resistance against him. There is a huge resistance was against him. Any of these messengers, they had a huge resistance. But they stood firm. Muhammad ﷺ, he's been tested too much, but he stood firm. And that's why Salih, he stood firm. He's gonna preach. So what's the plan for them? Planning. What's the plan? To kill him. This is gonna happen throughout the history. Every prophet, he preach. He shows strength. He shows firmness. And the people around him opposing him, they want to kill him at the end. That's there. We need to get this done. That's what they're saying. وكان في المدينة 9 رهط يفسدون في الأرض ولا يصلحون. The elites, again, 9 groups or 9 tribes, the chief of these tribes came together. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling you the elite, they were elites, rich people, have influence, have power. They're coming together. To do what? They're coming together to destroy the messenger. Because what he's coming with is against what? Is against their interest. Exactly the same what's happening in any level throughout the history. You'll see messengers coming, then the opposing elites are the one who are the Pharaoh at the time of Musa. Every elite, every rich person, every high status person, he will have to fight the messenger. So now, same thing happened to Muhammad alayhi salam. They gathered to kill him. Same thing here on Salih. The elites coming through, because this guy is going to destroy our order. We cannot benefit. These slaves we have, we cannot have them anymore. The same thing what's happening right now. If somebody is preaching, talking about Islam, talking about Allah, talking about submit to Allah, you have elites of the society who are going to come and say, wow, this guy is a terrorist. This guy is preaching Islam. This guy wants Sharia law. These guys want this. And they will try to fight him. They'll try to kill him. Because it's against their interest. They want the people to be slave. Slave to what? Slave to the banking industry. Slave to the sport industry. Slave to the technology industry. Slaves to the social media industry all the time. So you'll be controlled. Otherwise, you'll get out. Otherwise, you'll ask for your rights. Otherwise, you'll be influential as a human. So they want you to stay the way you are. 9 to 5 job, paycheck to paycheck. You know, in the weekend you go to the bar, the nightclub, whatever, spending your money. Then Monday morning going back to work. But inside you, you're empty. You slave to their policies. You're slave to their ideology. They're the one who dictate what you watch in the news. They're the one who dictate what you see on the TV. They're the one who dictate what you play when you want to play a video game. They're the one who dictate the sports you watch. And that's the biggest thing. This is another way of slavery. So the elites all the time gonna come to fight the Prophet. And this is what's happening to Salih. They came and قالوا تقاسموا بالله. They're even swearing by Allah. They were believing in Allah. But they have partnership, like the associating partner with Allah. They were worshiping idols together with Allah. لَنُبَيِّتَنَّهُ. They will kill him at night. وَأَهْلُ. Even his family. Because they don't want witnesses. You see, when you go to kill, when you go and for sometimes some accidents where you see the guy, he want to rob the place. But unfortunately, he find the man in the house, so he killed the man. Then he goes and finds a child. He kills the child. And then you ask yourself, why does the child have to do with anything? Because the child could have been a witness. So the guy said, oh, let me kill everybody. You see, this is what happened. So they want to kill everybody. So when Prophet Salih's family asks about him, there's no witnesses. We don't know what happened. ما شهدنا مهلك أهله. So when they've been asked, they said, we don't know what happened to him. وَإِنَّا لَصَادِقُونَ. Indeed, we are truthful. Why they are truthful? And there is no evidence against them because everybody's killed. So that's what I'm saying, trying to come out with here and say that we need to be aware of the external society and what this society is dictating upon us, and try to use the logic and the common sense.